Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. We got a cloudy mind today. Why? Let's breathe in that good ass prana. Disappeared. How to clear your mind without antidepressants, headache pills, whatever you take. I don't know. Can I get a hello there? We got a great question that came in from someone who said that they have a very busy mind at the moment. And normally they take a lot of medication. They wanted to know if I could give any insight. Let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. Because boy, oh boy, was I like you. I used to have a very heavy mind. That's what I call it. When you're thinking about a million different things at once. It was terrible. Let me share with you the 5 best tips to clear your mind. This is from experience with working with people day in, day out, but also what's helped me along my journey. The first tip, your mind is a magnifying glass. Yeah, that's right. Okay? So the mind, what it does is that it sees into detail. And then, guess what? It blows it out of proportion. Right? So once I realized this hack to put down the magnifying glass about 10 years ago, I haven't taken any headache pills for over 10 years. Can I get a hello there? That's my medicine right there. Feels fantastic. You see, once you put down the magnifying glass, you begin to put everything in perspective. But wait a minute, Ralph. You told us whatever we focus on grows. You see, the mind we have is beautiful. It helps us create. It helps us fulfill the dream, the vision. Yes, whatever you focus on grows. But when it comes to clearing your mind, that also applies, right? So if you have that magnifying glass, maybe, look, lots of people are going back to school right now. You might be in a relationship. You might be wondering what kind of career you're going to choose. Okay, so you're thinking about that, and now the mind is blowing it out of proportion, making it more serious than it actually is. The new one right now is whatever you judge grows. Okay? You see, when you focus on something, maybe an emotion you're going through, and you start criticizing it, it grows even bigger. So, when you stop judging how you feel emotionally, your mind becomes clearer. As a society right now, a lot of us, we're living in our minds all the time. You got to start living in the heart. That's what freed me along my journey. And it's hard work because we're living in an ego-driven society. You see, the mind loves control. It can't live without control. That is why it loves to pick up the magnifying glass, because it wants to see everything. But in that same process, it is deluded, deceived, and creates buckets of illusion. The mind is the liar. It can be a friend and an ally if you put it in its place. So remember to put down the magnifying glass. The second tip is really what I call off. Off? Yeah. Dance off. Walk it off. Ice skate it off. You can gym it off. Whatever your fancy, whatever your preference. But realize the body is the subconscious mind. You see, our emotions aren't here. No. Our emotions are here. In our legs, in our cheeks, in our eyebrows, right? When people tell me, oh, I feel terrible, I feel depressed, I say, let me see you. then I realized their depression is manifesting in their body language. You see, so once you realize you've got to start moving more into your body, whether it's through working out in the gym, skiing, if you're in the Alps, skating like me, surfing, basketball, dancing, yoga, whatever it is, get moving, dance off. Because why? It's going to clear your mind, but more so, your mind is going to merge into your body. You see, you've got the physical, the emotional, and the mental. You clear your mind by merging all three together. But once you move into your body, that pulls you directly into the present moment. Now, you've got mindful or mindful. Which one are you? That's the third tip. You see, I discovered that the mind we have is like software. It's a program that we have many programs. You see, the beliefs we have are programs. So you've got to start re-examining your beliefs, which are BS, belief systems. You've got to start looking at the words you're using because words are vibrations. You've got to realize that, you see, many of us are overstimulated. When you are mindful, when your mind is full of a lot of junk, it is probably because of overstimulation, right? I always sometimes sleep with the phone on. Why do I do it? Nobody knows, but it's not nice because you wake up and you've got like 100 text messages, emails, and missed calls, and now you get the blame. That's not nice. You got to realize that when your mind is full, when you are mindful, I'm talking about mindfulness meditation, that's a whole different story. You see, that pulls us into the present moment, and that is how you clear your mind. I'm out here breathing in that beautiful prana. Can I get a hello there? Feels amazing. Why? Because I am mindful. You see, lots of us, our mind is full of a lot of toxic junk because we are not really living our true life purpose. You're probably scratching your head right now, looking in front of a mirror, saying, where am I going to right now? What am I doing? I shouldn't be here. You see, a lot of us, we're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But only through choice, only through a conscious decision. So what helped me along my journey was to say, when I used to wake up and go to a job which I didn't like, it caused me a lot of problems in having blockages, negative blocks. When you do more of what your heart wants, you clear your mind. Let me repeat that. When you do more of what your heart wants, you clear your mind. Now, you see, many of us, the moment we start living our true life purpose, we begin manifesting abundance. It happened to me along my journey. I haven't looked back since. Because that will help you see. Sometimes, whenever I'm traveling, I go to the most amazing locations, and sometimes people don't realize, hey, there's a beach right in front of you. But they're like, oh, I've got to think about work. I've got to think about paying the bills. You see, our mind isn't really in the present moment. Our mind is somewhere 10 years ago, right? You're thinking about what happened last week, Friday. Yeah. You're thinking about what's going to happen in 20 years. You see, many people that come to me have a lot of negative energy they've been holding on to for years. I call it, you're holding on to the rubbish, the trash can. Learn from the past. Don't get caught up in the past's net. Learn from the past. Don't get caught up in the past's net, right? Because it can trap you. When you hold the past against yourself, it can trap you. When you don't forgive yourself, it can trap you. When you blame yourself for whatever action you did in the past, it can trap you. You want to be kinder to yourself. That will free you. Oh yeah, it will free you. The fourth tip to clear your mind is what I say, hey, what's on your plate? You see, a lot of us were eating anything and everything. That was me along my early journey, right? When I had a very I was going through a lot of stuff. I was overthinking. I was a ruminator. See, lots of us, we're overthinking all the time because of what's on our plate. It's full of a lot of junk food. So what did I do? Did I eat more junk food? Yeah. Did I eat even more junk food? Yeah. How did I feel after that? Terrible. So what did I do? I just chucked out all the junk food, right? You got to take it to the limit and then realize, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And then I started to realize the link between more organic foods with how I felt emotionally. Check out the Finland study, the link with depression and junk food, right? It's that simple. See what's on your plate today, and then you're going to realize, okay, am I eating to live or am I eating to have a blocked up mind? What are you going to do? And the last tip is what I call ecotherapy. There's a reason why, on purpose, I do the majority of my videos in nature, right? It's not to be fancy. It's not to look cool. That comes with the territory, right? Look where we are. We're in Hollywood studio. No, we're not. This is 10 times greater than any Hollywood studio. Can I get a hello there? This is nature, baby. Feels fantastic because it is ecotherapy. Once you reconnect back to nature, your mind automatically becomes clearer. Why? Because you start absorbing the energy you surround yourself with most. You start absorbing the energy you surround yourself with most. If you're around grumpy people all the time, you're going to feel grumpy. Unless you're a super alchemist. Those are rare though. Right? If you are around people that lift you up, you feel better. It helps you clear your mind. A lot of us, we're trying too hard to fit into society. We're trying too hard to please our parents. We're trying too hard to get those A grades. But at the same time, in the process, we are losing our souls. I didn't want to have none of it. I say the reason why I smile a lot in videos, the reason why I'm very supercharged, very happy a lot, is because I realize that happiness is good for my health. I realized that there was a time where I used to take everything so seriously. Nowadays, I'm realizing, hey, sometimes, once again, you got to put down that magnifying glass, and nature helps you do that. Nature always moves you into your heart space. It takes away the ego because the ego is all about separation. Nature shows us the truth that everything is connected. So there you have it. Have a beautiful day. Breathe in that beautiful prana, baby, that good ass prana to clear your mind. Take one for me. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.